Good evening, everyone. Today is the 8th of April, and I want to welcome everyone to our Monday evening webinar. We're talking today about spring cleaning and getting ready for really starting our second quarter strong. Part of what we do on this call is that we try to talk to you about what products are available, what types of things that you can order, but we also want to talk to you about sharing and what are your next steps. In the second quarter, we have April, May, and June. A lot of holidays, a lot of things that we are celebrating. Many people get married in June, May and June. It's a very popular month. A lot of babies are born, so we have baptisms and Christmas. Of course, we have Easter and Passover in the spring months. And the first day of spring is coming, actually just passed. So we are officially in the spring season. March 21st was the official start of spring. So I know that all of you who are on this call are very excited about hearing not only about what we're doing in the second quarter, but some of the newer products and how we can use them. And I want to help you to launch your second quarter strong. Many of you are doing Diamond Club, which is a key way that you can build your business and to begin sharing and really vault yourself to the next level. So I'm going to share my screen with you and let's get started. Okay, so for those of you who don't know me, I am Elena Jordan, and I'm happy to join you every Monday evening at this same Zoom station. We've been meeting up together for nearly 6 years, and it's an exciting time for doTERRA. We really are growing by leaps and bounds, and I think you're going to see some cool movements, some new products, all kinds of things going on with the company. I hope that if you learned and if you were able to go to leadership in the US, or if you are planning on going to one of the leadership events in Southeast Asia or any part of Asia or Europe, that you are prepared to hear some new and different things. I think there's a lot of exciting new developments in the world of essential oils, some of the research that's going on, the development of our Prime Meridian clinics. So hang on, we have a lot of new things to share with you. I want to say thank you to our Presidential Diamond team. You all work so hard and really tirelessly to spread the good news of good health with essential oils. I'm so proud of each and every one of you. And really you inspire me, not just to be a better person, but to really spread the word myself. And I want to just thank you to each and every one of you that gets on every week and talks about this message and shares with your team far and wide. Many of the ideas that are in this presentation are taken from the book, Essential Oils Healthcare for Today. It is the top 50 health issues from A to Z, and it's fondly known as the LRP book. And I think we're going to start a new initiative that each week we're actually going to talk about an LRP, sort of the LRP of the month, if you will, and I think that's an important thing for us to remember. So stay tuned. I'm going to have more information about that at the end. Okay, so cleaning with essential oils, and I have to say, I do use a lot of essential oils in my house. I use them to clean my countertops and all different sorts of things. We're going to talk about different ones, maybe ones that you have not used in the past. I want to challenge you to change up your routine and maybe not do the same thing that you've done in the past, and also to teach something new because you're talking to new people every day. We want to make sure that you're able to convey a brand new message to them and to keep them current on what's going on. There's so many new developments. Okay, so why do we want to clean with essential oils? So a couple of different reasons. Of course, they're natural and safe. They're potent, powerful, and effective. They're a great alternative to traditional cleaning products, often which contain dangerous toxins and chemicals. They offer versatile options, and they can create a clean, inviting aroma. One of the things that I love about them is they are super effective, and I find that when I make up my own recipes, not only do they do just as well as some of the alternative, or the traditional cleaning products that I can purchase in my supermarket or my big box retailer or in any mall. I know sometimes when I go to Asia in the malls and the strip malls, even in the pharmacy, they're selling cleaning products of different kinds. Sometimes they're reduced down to just pennies per bottle, maybe $1 a bottle. It's hard to compete with that price point, but I think with essential oils, we can come close because we're using just a few drops in a larger sprayer bottle of water. You can see here a glass bottle. This is one of the bottles that I would be using if I were cleaning my house. And we'll see a few recipes and things that you can do to clean your house with oils. At the end, I want you to type in if you've been, when we get to our question section, have you been using essential oils to clean your house? And if you have, what are you using? Okay. So here's the science behind using essential oils. The chemical components of essential oils are terrific for cutting grease, for getting rid of any sort of toxins are in our environment. They're also very effective against germs, bacteria, fungus, all the things that tend to live in our the dirtiest areas of our house. And I would include the kitchen and the bathroom there, although I would argue that places like gym bags and garages and even sometimes the inside of a car can be fairly tricky to keep clean. We want to look for essential oils with cleansing chemical properties, and you're going to see that there are different sorts of cleansing properties, but that essential oils can be easily blended to make sure that you're getting exactly what you need in the space that you need it. You want to use, of course, in terms of safety, pure therapeutic grade essential oils. If you can't put it in your mouth, you definitely don't want to use it on a surface where you're going to be handling food. When we use essential oils, especially in our kitchen, we may be putting vegetables or fruits or even meats or fish down on that same counter, whether it's on purpose or by accident. Also, little fingers can touch those areas. Our pets, we want to make sure that we're keeping our own immune system safe. So we want to use essential oils that are clean and pure. We don't need to use a lot. A little goes a long way. And you want to test whatever area you're going to be using it on in an inconspicuous spot. So for me, that's a small spot behind my microwave, which really nobody ever sees. And so far, I haven't had a single adverse reaction. Whatever I've tested has been just fine. I do try to make a mixture with a lot of water at first and then kind of increase the concentration if need be. Okay. Some of the homemade cleaning solutions that you want to make sure, some of the additional ingredients that you want to make sure that you have in your house are things like white vinegar, baking soda, salt, just plain old table salt is fine, and Castile soap. And if you're not sure what Castile soap is, if you look in the picture on the far left, there's a bottle there with a light blue label. Dr. Bronner's is actually a very common brand of Castile soap. It comes in even bigger sizes, gallon sizes, which are basically 4 liters. Also, white vinegar now comes in a 4-liter size in my big box retailer. And we use white vinegar for cleaning everything in our house, blended with a few essential oils and some water. It can be very effective. And you can see this mom and daughter. So just give you an idea of how easy and pure some of these things, some of your mixtures can be. So how much essential oils do we want to use? For a strong mixture, so sort of your base, you want to start with 5 drops to 2 to 3 cups of cleaning solution. And we're talking about 2 to 3 cups. We're talking about a half a liter approximately of cleaning solution. So if you were to mix a half a liter of water or a quarter of a liter of water, a quarter of a liter of white vinegar, and then 5 drops of essential oil, you would be able to use that as a glass cleaner. If you wanted to use that on your countertops, I have granite countertops in my kitchen, and I use something similar to this mixture. If you want a stronger solution, or maybe you're cleaning a car or something that's really dirty or greasy, you can add 10 to 15 drops, and the strongest would be 20 or more drops, and this is for particularly pesky or difficult cleaning jobs. Last spring, I left my car out. I have a garage where I pull my car in at night. and I left my car outdoors underneath a tree. And in the morning, the resin from the pine trees had dropped onto my window. And at first it was kind of sticky, and I thought, oh, this will come off easily. But by the time I had driven my car for a few hours, it actually became hard like a rock and was really hard to take off. I had to drop lemon oil directly on the spots and then just leave it on there until it had softened a bit, and then still needed to scrape it off with a straight razor. So I would consider that one of the strongest solutions I've ever needed for getting something pesky off. If you're cleaning a car, you need to clean the tires or any sort of greasy gook, if you will, using a stronger solution, or the strongest solution is what you want to consider. Now I've added bergamot here. Usually lemon, lime, and grapefruit are terrific, and it's true bergamot is a little bit more expensive. But if I like the smell more, and I like the way my house smells, and you don't have to get crazy with your bergamot, folks. You can add just 1 or 2 drops. You could use it just to clean your bathroom if you prefer, so that you have that nice, clean, fresh smell in your bathroom. I want you to use a blend that you like, so that when you walk into your bathroom or you walk into your kitchen, you say, ah, this smells familiar to me, this smells happy, and it smells clean. Part of what we associate with cleanliness is actually a perfumey smell that many manufacturers put into their cleaning products to kind of trick us into thinking something is clean, and it may not actually be clean. It may actually be just masked by artificial perfumes and scents. So some of the oils that you can use that have cleansing properties include arborvitae, basil, bergamot, cassia, cedarwood, cilantro, cinnamon bark, clove, coriander, cypress, eucalyptus, lemon, lime, melaleuca, myrrh, oregano, petitgrain, pink pepper, Siberian fir, thyme, and wild orange. So you can see there's a large variety of essential oils that can basically cleanse your house, and you can work on different cleaning products, different cleaning projects, excuse me, with any of these essential oils. I know my son uses essential oils to clean his athletic gear. He's an athlete. He also uses it for his bicycle. And that, I think the bicycle has now run its course, because he just got his driver's license last week. So there's not going to be a lot of bicycle riding, maybe for enjoyment around the neighborhood, but not as much for transportation now that he has the ability to hop in the car. I've also used essential oils on my bird feeders. I keep bird feeders on the outside of my house, and I want to make sure that they're clean and fresh, but not cleaned with any chemicals. And now that spring is coming, I am putting out my bird seed again. I want to make sure that my bird feeders are ready for any birds that are returning, migrating back to my area. I would never want to use anything strong like ammonia or bleach for the poor little birdies that are going to go out there and feast. They would probably run away from the bird feeder as opposed to being attracted to it and wanting to nest and feed there. Of course, we love our doTERRA On Guard blend, the Cleaner Concentrate, the Purify Essential Blend, and Citrus Bliss. So some of these blended together, you can put them together in a spray bottle. I often use my On Guard concentrated cleaner blended with water as shown on the bottle, and you can see there are directions. You can't see it here in this photograph, but when you get your bottle and you look on the back label, you can see the concentrations that are recommended for different cleaning jobs. And then you can add the essential oils of your choice, whether it's lemon here, Purify to make different sorts of sprays, spray down your countertops. And here's something that I do want to mention to you. If you're thinking now in the springtime that you want to talk to people about spring cleaning, a great way to entice non-essential oil users to your clan or to your team is to do a short video showing a DIY that you have done. So if you traditionally use something that's easy to use and clean and inexpensive, why not make a small video, post it on Facebook, maybe do a Facebook Live of yourself cleaning something. We used to, years ago, we used to do a live meeting here in my neighborhood. And one of the things that we would do every spring was we would take a dirty piece of glass and a dirty piece of like a piece of furniture, wood that looked really kind of damaged, and we would clean half of it and bring it to the meeting. And I have to say, that was a big deal. People would admire it and look at it, and they were kind of shocked that we could actually clean something using a natural recipe. And so those kind of before and after pictures, or showing how you've done it yourself, can be very enticing, especially to people with young children or compromised immune systems. This week in the New York Times, there was an article about the super fungi that are basically surpassing super bacterias as being troublesome in local area hospitals, including hospitals really all over the world. People are with compromised immune systems, or perhaps children, are entering into hospitals and then finding themselves even sicker after having come in contact with these super fungi. One of the things that we know about traditional produce, especially those that are grown in the ground, is that it's often sprayed with fungicides. So things like peanuts or potatoes or onions or other things that are grown underground can often be sprayed with fungicides. And the fungicides actually cause resistance to antifungal medicines later on, if you were actually to need those. So you want to make sure not only that your immune system is strong. So many of the essential oils that we show for cleaning are a great immune boosters, which is why one of the oils we're going to feature a little bit later on, I love to include with your cleaning things in a sick room, perhaps. So talk about your cleaning your household. You want to make sure that you're cleaning things like your trash can on a regular basis. I know our trash cans can get overused. Sometimes even the small waste paper basket that I keep in my office can be filled to the brim with all sorts of junk. People come into my office and they throw their coffee cups in there and their chewing gum wrappers. And for those of you in Singapore, I know you're not chewing gum, but it really is kind of not a nice habit. We sometimes have lunch here, and instead of throwing the wrappers from lunch, we'll be throwing them in the waste paper basket. And before I know it, the waste paper basket is just smelling and looking terrible. And that's my opportunity to go into my laundry room and scrub it down with a good spray of On Guard cleaner, and then some essential oils, and then it's fresh and clean all over again. Cleansing the air, you want to make sure, actually, I know this is a little bit fuzzy in the background, but one of the things that I love about for using essential oils are essential oil room sprays. When you install a new air filter, perhaps into your air conditioner, or your heating unit, depending on where you're living, or if you use a humidifier, you want to use essential oils right on the filter. This can create a natural air freshener. You can also make an essential oil potpourri using some dried flowers or plants. And you can see here in the picture, although it's fuzzy, a room spray. I keep a room spray like this in our bathroom. I use the Douglas fir that's shown here, and peppermint. So Douglas fir and peppermint. Sometimes I'll throw in a little bit of Siberian fir or a little bit of pink pepper to make sort of a spicy fir mix, which I really enjoy, and I think, to me at least, smells very clean. When we're cleaning surfaces, so a great all-purpose cleansing spray is 1 cup warm water and 1 cup white vinegar. And as I mentioned to you before, a cup is approximately 1/4 liter, so 250 milliliters. And for those of you who know that I am mentally challenged with the metric system, please note that I'm really taking my notes and trying to get smarter. I'm determined to get better at this. So 250 milliliters water, 250 milliliters white vinegar, and 20 to 25 drops of essential oil. You can use a pipette if you want to get the exact number of drops, or you can just let it drip in there and then give it a good shake. Does it smell the way you want? Great. If not, put a few more drops. In a spray bottle, you're shaking it up. Now you can use this on counters, wood, glass, stainless steel, and porcelain. And you can wipe with a microfiber cloth or paper towel. I often use we keep a bag or sort of a bucket actually with rags, which are just old pieces of cotton that we've saved over the years. I feel like as long as the cotton has been washed and washed, it's going to be clean. And then we do once a week, we do a wash of all our rags. So we try not to use as many paper towels because, as you know, we're all trying to reduce our use of paper. Now, there are times when paper towels are absolutely necessary and hard to do without. They're a great addition in any kitchen, but try to use cloths, cleaning cloths if you possibly can. Okay, in the kitchen, you can use your essential oils for surfaces, also inside of the refrigerator and the microwave. I cannot tell you how many people use toxic chemicals inside of the refrigerator. They'll take all the food out, clean the inside of the refrigerator with a horrible toxic chemical, and then put all the food back in and close the door. And I think to myself, oh my goodness, they're basically baking their food in their refrigerator with all those horrible chemicals. Please use something natural in your refrigerator and your microwave if you happen to have one. The other thing that I found is that a little bit of, I have stainless steel cooking pots, and they from time to time, depending on what I've cooked in there, can create a reactive surface on the bottom, which doesn't look, it's not toxic in any way, but it doesn't look beautiful. But I find that if I add a few milliliters of white vinegar and a drop of lemon oil, it takes the staining right off of any pots and pans. So if you have any pots and pans that are stained, that's a great way to do it. You can also use it for the dishwasher or the sink disposal. It's terrific for stainless steel. You can see the refrigerator in the background of the photo. I also have a stainless steel refrigerator, but if you have a ceramic one, they will work perfectly fine on ceramic as well. Okay, bathroom. You want to use our cleaners on toilets, tile, tub, and other surfaces. Now, I would say if you have a particularly scrub necessary job, you can add in a little bit of baking soda. You can actually add in a little bit of borax, which is a powdered detergent. And that will, the grit from those detergents will help to scrub off any soap scum or hard water scale that has collected on your surfaces. I keep a small shaker bottle with those dried soaps in the bottom of my cabinet underneath the sink and also underneath the bathroom in the cabinet there, so that if something needs to really be scrubbed off, for example, on the bathtub ring, it can come right off with my the little bit of grit. In your laundry, you want to add a couple of drops of wild orange to dryer sheets to add a refreshing aroma to your laundry. So let's take a moment to talk about dryer sheets. When we talk about dryer sheets, we are not talking about the traditional dryer sheets that you can buy in any supermarket. The big brand name here in the US is called Bounce. I don't want to give them any more play than they already have. They are extremely toxic, covered with a hormone-disrupting wax and with an artificial fragrance. Please make sure that you're not using anything like that. Take a plain washcloth or a plain piece of cotton from an old t-shirt or any other type of material that you have and add a few drops of essential oil to that. Throw it in your dryer. It can be used multiple times. You can add Siberian fir or pink pepper to the rinse cycle to help get rid of unpleasant odors. You can use your favorite essential oil on a damp cloth when you are ironing. You can also make a spray for you. A lot of people like to have a laundry spray that they spray on clothes as they launder. And that one of the more traditional ones is sort of a lavender scent, which is very nice. And actually, when you get into bed, if your sheets have been smelled like that, a lot of fancy hotels will have some sort of a spray that they use on the sheets. So wouldn't you want your house to smell like a fancy hotel? You can actually add a half a cup of white vinegar. Half a cup is about 1/8 of a liter of white vinegar and 4 to 6 drops of Melaleuca to the wash cycle to naturally brighten your white clothes. I actually didn't know that one. I'm going to try that one. We use a lemon or another optic whitener, but that's a good thing, a good way for you to naturally brighten your white clothes. Okay, wood. Now, I have to tell you, Arborvitae is shown here, mixing 4 drops of arborvitae and 2 drops of lemon with fractionated coconut oil for an effective wood preservative and polish. And it is true that this is a wonderful mixture. Arborvitae can be very powerful, folks. So I would start with 1 drop of arborvitae to 2 drops of lemon oil until you get the exact blend that you want. Arborvitae is known to protect wood and also to be an insect repellent. So if you have areas of your home that are particularly prone to insects, it is a great way to chase those insects away. But the scent is bold. It is a type of wood. So make sure that you're testing the scent before you're going out whole hog. Okay, glass. Okay, a quick glass one. 16 ounces, which is half a liter. 1.5 cups, which is about 1/4 of a liter, and then 1/8 of a liter distilled water, 8 drops of citrus oil, lemon, lime, wild orange. I would add your bergamot here if you wish, depending, of course, on how many windows you have to clean. I have a glass desk in my office. I think I've mentioned it to you before, and we clean it, I would say, every other day because it does tend to get a lot of finger marks on it, even if we use mats on the table. You want to add your vinegar and water and shake it up and then spray down your glass surfaces. Sticky messes, a few drops of lemon on a rag. Wash your hands with lemon essential oil to remove grease after changing oils or other greasy things for your car. Can't get tree sap. Okay, this is exactly what I was telling you, the tree sap that fell on my car. Lemon oil does the trick. Okay, carpet cleaner. This is kind of a neat one. I haven't used this as much, but I have heard people that do use it. So you're using 1/2 liter of, so 250 milliliters of baking soda. So you'd want to buy the big box in the supermarket, not the tiny box perhaps that you would buy in the baking aisle, but in the cleaning aisle they're going to have a bigger box for you. 10 drops of essential oils, and you're going to actually sprinkle this over the carpet, let it rest for 2 hours, and vacuum. So here's my advice to you. Don't sprinkle too much in one particular spot because you're going to have to vacuum it up. Sprinkle lightly and make sure that you not spread with your feet or your hands, but make sure that it's sprinkled to cover the entire carpet. If you're not sure that your vacuum cleaner is strong enough, you may have an older vacuum cleaner. Please test. I don't want you to have a white powder all over your floor and then not be able to get it up. But this is a wonderful way to clean your carpet and to freshen it. Okay, pink pepper. Now, why do I include this here? Because pink pepper is a known immune booster. I would add pink pepper if I was cleaning in a sick room. So in my house, when we have people that are sick, we basically go around the entire house and we wipe down all the light switches, the doorknobs, the toilet flushers, anything that's maybe touched by a sick person to make sure that it's cleaned and sanitized. And I have to say, in the many, many years that I've been using essential oils, this is a surefire way to limit contamination from one person to another. So even if one person falls sick, by doing this and really keeping at it during the course of the illness, the other people in the household tend to stay healthy. My other tip is that we actually replace, and I think I've said this on this call before, we replace our towels at least in our primary bathroom on the first floor, which is our powder room, with paper towels, at least for the week, because then people going in and out just basically take a paper towel and throw it right in the trash. There's no contamination of a damp towel that might have some extra germs on it. In this particular case, I would add your pink pepper. Use your On Guard cleaner, but add a few drops of pink pepper to really have the 1-2 punch of cleaning your house very effectively. Okay, furnishings and linen. So that's furniture, bedding, and linens. 1/2 milliliter of water, 2 tablespoons, so about 10 milliliters of rubbing alcohol, and 15 drops of lavender. And this is what we talked about before, having a lavender spray. And no, it does not come out purple like it looks in the bottle. That is actually a purple bottle. And you don't want to stain your clothes. A purple bottle and just the water inside, but it does look awfully pretty. For dish soap, a half a liter of Castile soap, lime and lemon or grapefruit, wild orange. I would add in bergamot if you chose, or maybe petitgrain. And you're using a large bottle with Castile soap. And you can see this one has sort of a dropper top that you can use. And you want to shake it up and then use your essential oils with your soap. Okay, here's something that I wanted to show you. This is now what we were talking about before, our LRP. So, and you can take a photograph of this. You can also feel free to reuse this with any title you would like. We're calling it our April LRP. So from left to right, this is what I would recommend. Pink pepper, bergamot, purify, melaleuca, On Guard protective blend, On Guard cleaner, and the laundry detergent. These 7 items are equal to 150 PV. Why is this important? Because at 150 PV, we do a couple of things. If we order these products before the 15th of the month, we are getting the product of the month, which this month is a Breathe Roll-On, which is terrific for anybody who's suffering from allergies. And if you're trying to keep a clean home, you may be thinking about getting rid of some allergies, and that's a great way to do it. The other thing that it does is if you are working actively to share this business and to create your Power of 3 bonus, a 150 PV LRP is the easiest and quickest way for you to help your team qualify for that bonus. So if you plus 3 team members are all on an LRP and it is 100 PV, 150 PV or more, the 4 of you will qualify. You will qualify for 50 PV bonus every month on top of your commissions and any fast start that you have earned. So if you are in Diamond Club and you're signing someone up perhaps with a kit in their first month, and then they ask you, what should I do for my first month of LRP? Suggest to them the cleaning products. It's an easy way for them to get started. None of these things except for the On Guard are actually in the original kits. So it's unusual that they would have any of these products. I like the fact that there are 2 blends in here, the Purify blend and the On Guard blend. You want to encourage people to use blends as much as possible because these blends and all of the blends are exclusive to doTERRA. Why is that important? Because if you tell someone, oh, you can use lemon oil, they can basically go to any shop or pharmacy or health food store and pick up a bottle of lemon oil. I want to make sure that when you are doing all the work to encourage someone to use essential oils, that you are also getting the benefit from it. Oils like pink pepper, bergamot, and bergamot are fairly rare and also hard to find. doTERRA is a great source for unusual essential oils and unique essential oils, which is why I've included them here. And finally, melaleuca, tea tree, super common, it's true, and I know that in different markets, it's being called different, and the labeling is bisbee in the US to say tea tree. I want you to make sure that you're able to use. Now, here's another thing to keep in mind, all of my business builders. When your team members or the people that you're sharing with are using essential oils, they're going to use many more essential oils in general if they're using them for cleaning. If you looked carefully at those recipes, most of them called for 5 to up to 20 drops. If someone's using 20 drops, they're going to use their essential oils. Here's the other thing. All of these essential oils are wonderful for diffusing. When you're talking about keeping your air clean, you can talk about using them for diffusing. And some of these blends like pink pepper and bergamot or pink pepper, bergamot, and purify smell terrific together. And that 1-2 punch of cleaning the house with these essential oils and then diffusing the essential oils are going to really help you and your client to be very, very happy. So please take a picture of this, but I'm going to also make it available to you in one more place, and that's my big announcement. Okay, so take a picture of this if you wish. Now, here's all the text. I'm not going to read this to you out loud because you've already heard this throughout the presentation, but you can take a photograph of it and feel free to disseminate it. These are the essential oils and products that we're recommending for April: pink pepper, melaleuca, On Guard, bergamot, purify, the On Guard cleaner, and the On Guard laundry detergent. That's your April LRP. And so from now on, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be announcing the LRP at the end of the first 2 classes, probably for every month. We want to make sure that everyone's clear on what they need to be ordering for the month. If you are in a market where some of these products are not offered, you can do one of 2 things. Either you can encourage the person to purchase NFR, which if you're in a global access market, they're doing anyway. And if they're not available in your market, you can substitute one thing for something else. Make sure that you get your prices correct. But I just wanted you to know that this has been calculated to be 150 PV. And in the weeks ahead, what I'm going to be doing is I'm actually going to show you the mathematics of the LRP, so you know that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, which is helping you to build your business. Okay, here's my big announcement. Dun, 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 dun. Website. So finally, our team has a home. And yes, this website has my name on it. And yes, it is connected to my doTERRA web address. So if someone is not signed up, you want to make sure that they're signed up, and then you can send them to this web address. But what we're going to have here are resources that you would not ordinarily have for your team that will make it easier for you. Instead of sending your team to 20 different websites to try to find different things, many of these things are going to be available here. So this is a static image, but I'm actually going to stop the share and reshare and walk you through the website for an additional 2 minutes if you'll indulge me. Hold on. And while I'm getting the other website open, I know I have to bring to the front. There we go. Okay, so this is the new website, folks. This is our home. We've never had a home before. We have doTERRA, but as your team leader, I'm trying to provide you with a resource that you can use at any time, day or night. So essential coaching for your healthy business. And my focus has always, as you have known, been about business and mathematics, the business and math of essential oils. It has been to a large degree about what to use and how to use, but the science has been something that I've not relegated to a back drawer, if you will, but something that is really not as much my passion, although I have presented many times on this website about science. I want to make sure that your business is healthy. So this is from left to right. Welcome to your new home. Need more information about essential oils or coaching. Coaching can make a strong player great and a new player ready. There's a little bit of information about me. You can read that later. Here's your April LRP for spring cleaning and ways for you to get involved. So this is our home page. You can find out more about essential oils. You can find out about coaching. You can find out about upcoming events. Right now, I'm talking about the Global Convention. Also, where we're going to be in 2019. Our Monday morning webinar. So in case someone doesn't know about the webinar, or you have to send them a link, or you want to make sure that they can find the webinar location, it's right here under events, finally. And then upcoming Diamond Clubs events, we've actually announced, Heather and Howard, I don't know if you're on the line, but here are the events that they're going to be doing. If you are a Diamond Clubber and you want me to include you here, please send me your events. I'd be happy to add you to the website. I want to make sure that everybody is included. This is your home. A little bit more about, you can see my background, which is kind of funny. and then finally some coaching. But the most important thing, this is actually a hysterical meeting that we had here. This is the desk that I work on all the time. We were just having a big laugh there. And each and every time I travel, I want to make sure that we're adding more and more pictures of you. I want you to go here to the doTERRA shop, if you will. These are some of the things that we talk about again and again and again on this call. Obviously, some books. This is the book for pregnancy, birth, and babies that all of you have asked for a million times. You don't have to go searching for it anymore. Spoil Your Pet, my favorite book about pets. This is a book that I've been reading lately. I'm going to be changing that up. These are some great silver and gold prizes, fairly inexpensive, but you have someone who rank advances. These were the prizes actually that were given out at convention to the silver and gold rank advancements. This is the chalk ink pen that they can look at. We've talked a lot about skin on this website, on this chat, on the Zoom, and we're going to be talking about it again next week. We don't really have an occlusive product that is unscented, so I've added 2 of them here, 2 terrific products for skin, and then some other things that I use in my business. This is going to be updated on a frequent basis. So I hope you are willing to at least check it out. I'm so excited that I'm going to have a place for you to kind of join me. You can send me messages through there, and you can also link up in the future with events that are coming up. You'll know when I'm coming to Asia, whenever I need to post something. It's all going to be there. So if you're not finding what you need, you can always go to the website and you can find everything that's going on for the team. So I'm going to stop the share there, and I'm going to answer your questions. Any questions you have about cleaning, any questions you have about the website, and of course we're going to have our giveaway for today. Hold on one second.